Hey guys, Dean of DVD. That's the Dean of DVD. My name's not really Dean, but I'll answer to it on YouTube. That's cool. So those that refer to me as Dean, you keep right on doing that. I like it. Anyway, I used to be a dean of a college. That's why I thought of Dean of DVD. But that's a long time ago. Anyway, moving forward here, I've got another package. This one from FYE. It's another Criterion. I'm pretty well sure I know what it is based on the thickness of this one, because I know I only ordered one box set. I already got the Furies in the other day, which was the other thicker one. But that was one movie with a novel. This is an Eclipse edition. If you don't know anything about Eclipse editions, well, I'm guessing that's what this is. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. An Eclipse edition is kind of a, for Criterion, kind of watered down a little bit. I mean, less features, but it's my first Eclipse purchase, so I guess I'm going to kind of learn here as I go along. But that's my understanding, that Eclipse has fewer features, but really good value, and that you might get 3 or 4 movies for the price of a box set. So let's take a look and see. I could be wrong, but let's take a look at this one. I'm going to rip it open here. You'll hear the sound. I haven't looked at it yet. And like anything that's used, I question, what it's going to be like when I get it. What kind of shape is it going to be in, and am I going to be disappointed, and so on and so forth. But so far, I've been real pleased with the shape of everything, and this is going to be no exception from the look of it. Looks like there might be a little bit of dirt on it, possibly. But other than that, it looks pretty darn good. Yeah. I've read that this one is the second best of all of the Eclipse sets. I don't know what the first one is, but this is the second one. So, and what I'm talking about is this. This is the Warped World. You see the dirt? I don't know if that's going to come off or what it is. I can't know if it's on the plastic or the Warped World of Koriyoshi Kurahara. Sorry about that. Should have practiced that one a little bit. Oh, here comes everybody in the house, so I'm going to have to stop this and pick it up here in a minute. And I'll continue that one. I'll continue this one on All right. So I took the plastic off of it, and that mark, I took a magic eraser, if you know what those are, and just gently rubbed over here with just a little bit of moisture, and I took it right off. Looks brand new, doesn't it? Just a little bit of a crease here, but that's nothing. This is just a slip that goes over the top. This is, as I said, the Warped World of Koriyoshi Kurahara, Japanese filmmaker. 5 movies. This is a Eclipse Series 28. So this, again, is kind of a lighter version of the Criterion collection. Notice instead of a C, you've got an E, but it's still put out by Criterion. It gets a number. This is 28, so there's no spine number like there would be. So you see Eclipse Series 28. That's what the spine looks like. It doesn't have a number like the Criterion collection would. But it's put out by the same folks. So it's part of the Criterion group. Janus Films, and if you know anything about Criterion, there's a Criterion label. Criterion started out as Janus Films and then kind of warped into this. And one day I'll do a history on Janus Films and the Criterion collection so you can see what the connection is there in case you're not familiar. So you got 5 movies here. Intimidation, The Warped Ones, I Hate But Love, Black Sun, and Thirst for Love. I'm not going to try to do the Japanese equivalents. But here is the times, if you can read this funky coloring. 65 minutes. This is hard to read. 65 minutes, 75 minutes. Let me get back over here. 105 minutes, 95 minutes, and 99 minutes. Going down the list here. These are all, well, 2.20 on the first one. The rest of them are either 2.35, 2.25, or 2.45. Some really weird aspect ratios there, but they're all going to look good in widescreen, basically. These movies range from, let's see, what year? 1960 through 1967. The first 2 are 1960, then 1962, 1964, and 1967, going down the list here. And let's see what it says here about this Kurahara. Over the course of his varied career, varied meaning not that it was unsuccessful, but that he did a lot of different things. He made meticulous film noirs, jazzy juvenile delinquency pictures, and even nature films. His free-form approach to movie making was perfectly suited to the radical spirit of the 60s, when he was one of the biggest hit makers working at the razzle-dazzle, youth-oriented Nikkatsu Studios. The 5 films collected here hail from that era of the Japanese New Wave and encompass breathless teen escapades, cruel crime stories, a Yukio Mishima adaptation, and a Hollywood-inspired romantic comedy. So there's some, I'll let you read these. You can pause it and read each one. I think they're all readable there. You can read those. But I'm going to open this up and show you how this works. Inside, you've got each film separately in a thin, clear case, which I like. So let me set this down and show you briefly each one, and then we'll be done. I got to cook dinner and change. All right, here we go. First film up is, and I like the fact that each one of these has their own case. So this is Intimidation. This is the film noir. It's going to be in black and white. Looks pretty cool on the cover. Inside, or on the outside, here's the this ingeniously plotted pocket-sized noir, 65 minutes, concerns the intertwined fates of a desperate bank manager blackmailed for book cooking and his resentful but timid underling passed over for promotion. The marvelously moody Intimidation is an elegantly stripped down and carefully paced crime drama. There's the cast. There's the credits. There's your time and everything again. This is the 2.20 aspect ratio. And then inside this one, I think this was the only one with a book, maybe? Yeah, this is the only one that has a book. The rest of them all have their, their plot or whatever, or their comments right in here. This one, I guess, had enough comments to go over 2 pages, so they did it like this. So again, a stripped down version. You're not going to get a lot of extras or any extras on these typically. But the value here is you are getting 5 movies, and I paid about $20 for these 5 movies, so that's a pretty good deal considering this thing retails for $79. And I can tell you, I've looked at all the discs already; they all look pretty good. After I unwrapped them, I took a quick peek. Here is the warped ones. There's the cast again and credits. And here you've got the juvenile delinquent gets out of the pen and immediately embarks on a rampage of untethered anger. Most of it directed at the girlfriend of the journalist who helped set him up. Shot through with the same kind of bebop bravado that Godard was experimenting with half a world away. The anarchaic? I think that's supposed to be anarchaic. That doesn't seem... Anyway, an archaic descent into amoral madness that is the warped one sounded a lost generation's cry for help as one of the films that kicked off Japan's cinematic 60s with a bang. And there's 75 minutes on this one. That's the warped ones. And again, each one of these looks exactly the same inside as far as the disc goes, which I kind of like. You know, they've all got that kind of yellow and red theme here. And then here you've got an article here. This one's in color, as you can probably imagine from the case. I Hate But Love. This might be the romantic comedy, maybe? Yeah, this unorthodox romance. Celebrity, dissatisfied with his personal and professional lives, impulsively leaves fast-paced Tokyo to deliver a much-needed jeep to a remote village. When his controlling manager, the woman he loves, follows, the two must reconcile while dodging reporters. Well, that may not be the romantic comedy. It doesn't. Well, it could be the comedy. Let's see. It probably is. This one is, you've probably never seen anything quite like this manic, oddball, anti-buddy picture about a young jazz-obsessed Japanese drifter and a black American GI on the lam in Tokyo. 2 outsiders become outlaws, and Kurihara depicts their growing bond as an alternately absurd and tragic culture clash. Black Sun features original music by American jazz drummer Max Roach. I get the image for it. It's 95 minutes long. All these, of course, are in Japanese with English subtitles. And the last one, the 5th movie, is let me do this a little better than that. Thirst for Love. And this one is... Oh, this is the one that's... So the other one was the romantic comedy. This one is A tense psychological drama about a young woman who is widowed after marrying into a wealthy family and becomes sexually involved with her father-in-law while harboring a destructive obsession with the family gardener. Kurahara's atmospheric style is a perfect match for Mishima's brooding sensuality. So it's based on the novel by Yukio Mishima. There's the casting credits. This one is 99 minutes, black and white, and color. Interesting. Be interesting to see how they do that. It's not The Wizard of Oz, but we'll see what happens there. And she's not Dorothy, but we'll see what happens. And kind of go from there. All right, those are the 5 movies. Thirst for Love, Black Sun, I Hate But Love, The Warped Ones, and Intimidation. All of them sound interesting. Most of the reviews I've seen say that this is one of the top Eclipse sets that are out there. My first one to own. Not sure I'd own too many more of them, but unless I could get them for this kind of a price, I certainly wouldn't have paid $79 for this. But $20, absolutely. Especially in the shape they're in. It's practically new. So thank you, FYE, for the 40% off. Thank you, Criterion, for putting out these Eclipse editions. And thanks for watching.